What's up, everyone? Welcome back to 1894. I'm Derek, got Luke me here today. You've already seen the October review. We're getting straight into the November preview right now. Right, so getting into the first game, it's Brugge. We beat them 5-1 away. We're going into this on a bit of a downer. We've lost 2 in a row. We lost in the Carabao Cup last week. Lost in the league this weekend. You know, it's going to be, I'm still fairly confident, though, funny enough. I'm very confident going into this because of how well we played them away. But again, it could be anyway. Depends on who turns up. What do you think, Luke?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, it wasn't great today against Palace. So I think you just got to try and hope that we go into the game Wednesday with a bit more confidence. To just get a goal at least. Because I haven't scored the past 2 games. So we must actually get a goal. And just get either a 2-1 or a 1-0 win. Just get the win because it's important we get out of the groups. Especially we've got PSG as well to sort of face later on this month, early November. So get the win against Bruges and just try and build up confidence before the big derby next Saturday.
It's going to be huge. I think this is a perfect game for Sterling starting, though. We saw him in the last game. Saw him against Brugge. He was making runs in behind. He was getting the shots off. Looked confident. Wasn't scoring mine, but he was still a bit confident. He looked a lot better than he has usually, and I think it's perfect for him to start. I think this could be a huge step if he starts, get a few goals, get his confidence back. Next thing you know, could be the All Sterling again, which we need, because if you saw us today, we were dreadful. No directness, nothing about that at all. And, we need someone like that. We need someone who can run at the defenders, someone who takes men on, not someone who just starts to evolve the football. But look, what do you think? Do you think he can make a difference this one?
I do, yeah. I think so. I think as long as he'll play on the right, though, on the right wing, it's where he's good. It's where he's good at. And I feel like this is going to be the game where I think he should probably try something different. I think maybe give De Bruyne maybe a bit of a rest. Use him as more of a super sub. I think at the moment he's not really playing at the level he should be playing at. Yeah, he's had an injury. I completely understand that, but we need to get some sort of form going. I think maybe play Grealish in the midfield. Maybe play Foden on the left. Just something different. Like, this is the time to do that. I think Bruges are a good side in their own right, but we can definitely beat them. I think this is the game to sort of change up a little bit. Just give Grealish that kind of freedom in the midfield where De Bruyne usually is, and just see how that kind of works. But I think definitely play Sterling on the right, because on the left he's not really as good as he usually is, and centre forward is not really his position. I think on the right is where he's really good at. I think that's where we should definitely play him.
The thing is with Sterling on the right at the minute with no directness is that's just the point. If you have Grealish on the left, he's not using his left foot, he's cutting inside. If and only if you're not playing Foden on the left, I think maybe starting him on the left, starting Sterling on the left could be the way if he's taking on men. But I completely agree. Start Foden on the left, Sterling on the right. Right, next up is the big one. It's the Manchester derby, and I won't lie, I'm shitting myself. Going into it. I've not been this low on coming into a derby for years. Right, we've gone out. We've just lost Palace today. Like we said, dreadful. Taking the wind out of the sails completely. I think we're gonna see him deflated. Hopefully now the little match in between the Bruges match can change that. But for now, it feels like we're going into a deflated, out of form, because this was meant to be our best team. The team we put out today was meant to be our best team, and we went and lost 2-0 to Palace. Whether we had centre half sent off or not, we still conceded with 11 men on the pitch, and we didn't look good while we had the 11 on the pitch. But now we're going up. Palace are a good side, don't get me wrong. We're going up against a better side who seem to have found a tactic today after they dismantled Spurs with a 5 back and 2 home midfield. So that's always a fun time. But Luke, what do you think?
Yeah, well, honestly, the last time we beat United in the league was in, I think, April 2019.
Yeah.
Where I think Bernardo and Leroy Sané. That's how long it's been since we beat United in the league. I think since then we haven't even scored since then either in the league.
No, we definitely scored. We've lost 2-1.
Yeah, obviously in the cup we've done well against them. League Cup we've done really well against them, but the league has been embarrassing. It's been absolutely embarrassing the last 2 years against them, and we've got to end this at some point. Because honestly, I think for a City fan like you and me and also everyone, it's awful losing them every time. It's like some sort of curse. It's just, I want to sort of get this kind of, I don't care if it's 1-0, just get a win against them. Because trust me, if we beat United, that's a massive boost going into obviously the winter months coming up. All these big games coming up, they're going to come up for us. So I just want to get a win. I'm just tired of losing to them and just having to deal with the annoying tweets as we always get from United fans or messages from people we know who support United. Just to get a win, even if you have to sort of play something different, just try and just get a result. I would prefer just get a result, because this is the kind of game that obviously I think it's our last big games away for a bit, isn't it? So we just get a result. That's what matters really for me.
Look, I 100% agree with you. I think it's not only a morale boost for us, but for the players going into it. They've turned around and they said, look, we beat United. We're not losing ground on the title. We beat them in their own backyard. It's at Old Trafford. We can just push on from here. And again, like, it's one of those things. It's one of a boost. And for a ship with no win in its sails, I think there's that big gust of wind to just move you on. That's what it could be if you go and beat them. If you go and beat them, even when you go scrappy 1-0 win, it doesn't matter. Once you win there, am I confident with win? Not that fucking all neither. I think a lot of us aren't, right? But we weren't confident at Liverpool, we weren't confident at Chelsea. I feel there's every chance we can get a result, but look, it's going to be a tough one. We know how tough it's going to be. They seem to have found their tactic, and look, we're going to see what happens. Right, getting into this one, right? Everton at home after 2 weeks of an international break. It's stupid. Don't ask me why there's another international break. It's the fourth one this season. I'm getting tired of it. Don't care if it's third, don't correct me, right? It's the fourth one this season, and I'm getting tired of it. But that doesn't matter. We'll have football back at this stage, and it's Everton at home. Everton, up until a few years ago, I'd say so more leaning into Pep after they thumped us 4-0, had been a cursed fixture. Right, had been a cursed fixture for us for years. I remember the Darren Gibson goal, Leon Osman scoring a screamer. They were dark times, right? And I think we're past them, thankfully. I don't see why, especially if we get a result at Old Trafford, we should be able to go and beat them. I don't care how they're playing good football. Benitez has a solid ship at the minute, but we can go out and beat them, providing we have the wind in ourselves. And even if we don't, we can still beat them. But like we said, that United game will be a massive confidence boost if we go and beat it. But Luke, tell me about this.
Yeah, I mean, Everton under Benitez has been a weird one because they haven't been awful, but they haven't been consistent either. Like, example, right? Obviously, they beat Burnley 3-1, they beat Southampton 3-1. Then they go and lose to Watford 5-2 at home. They drew United 1-1. They're a weird team. They really are. They're weird. I'm not saying all that. I don't think they're a bad team. You know, I think they've got a few good players in there, but we should be beating them. But again, it's about Palace and we lost them 2-0. So in the Premier League, it's a very no game's guaranteed, apart from Norwich. But no game's guaranteed.
Say that if we didn't lose to them a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well, football, but
football,
I think we'll definitely get a result. I think a 3-1 or or 2-0. I think at this point in the season now, it's results. Really, I mean goals. Look, obviously we're lacking in goals right now. I'd like to be a few more goals up than where we are, but if we just get some results going, hopefully Liverpool, Chelsea can start dropping a few points here and there, try and get back up to the top of the table again. But I just care more about the results rather than the amount of goals we score. As long as you just get the results, and then the goals will come after that.
Look, they're conceding 5 against Watford. They can concede about 10 against City. But look, it's one of those games where you're gonna have to watch the video to know what we feel about. Because we're not gonna know what's gonna happen after United. That can go for the same as the rest of these games. Right now, Paris at home. We lost to them 2-0 in the reverse leg, which is fair enough. We had the B team. We didn't have as strong a team out because it was sandwiched between the 2 biggest league games of the season. So we're going into this, we'll probably have a fresh squad now. Everton and West Ham, it's sandwiched between them now, which is slightly better than having a sandwich between Chelsea and Liverpool. But look, I think we're already through, right? Honestly, me looking at it before we play Brugge again, I think we're already through. So this could be dead rubber, but this is a fight for first place in the group. I think Pep, especially if we've lost United and drop points at Everton or something, he's going to want to go out, he's going to want to make the statement again. We play the full team, and like Paris haven't been good. Like they really haven't been good. Like they're getting by, like, you know what I mean? They still beat us, which might be more of a comment than City, but they nearly dropped points to Lille the other night. Messi got taken out at half time. I don't think Poch has a very good hold of the dressing room whatsoever, to be dead honest with you. But look, it could be just the battle of 2 circus clowns that night. Luke, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think, look, well, it's Messi right now. Obviously, he's got a couple of games like Leipzig, got a couple of goals in Leipzig, goal against us, but he's going through kind of like a De Bruyne spell, you know, we have De Bruyne right now. Like, they're not playing at the level they should be, but I wouldn't say they've been a complete disaster either. It's just been one of those seasons where they haven't really, where Messi hasn't really sort of flourished in that team yet. You've got Mbappe and Neymar and Messi. You think that would completely work, but I think to me, I think it's the ego of Mbappe and Neymar. It just doesn't work in a team. Because Mbappe is getting a kind of player where he's getting better and better. He's obviously getting that more of a higher opinion of himself. I'm not saying he's bad. He's a world-class footballer. I think he's amazing. But you can see it now. Like there's no chemistry there between them three. Like Messi and Neymar might be some chemistry, but Mbappe there probably isn't. I think it's because of the whole Madrid thing. So I think we should definitely go into that game with confidence. But again, it all depends obviously how we play in the game a bit before that. But apparently Verratti could be out. I think for our game, and I'm not well. Knowing our luck, he'll find some sort of fitness out of nowhere and play against us because that's how it works, unfortunately. So I think it's just, again, as I said to you about the Everton game as well and the United game, just getting that result and getting that win is important than anything. I mean, PSG are at the back aren't great. I mean, I've got Marquinhos and Kimpembe, but again, we've got Diaz and Stones and Laporte at times. And even today, we won't get today. You know, off days can happen now and again. So I think as long as you just get in there, get a 2-1 or a 3-1. I'm done in the past. Yeah, maybe give Mara a start against them. He was like score against PSG. So I think it's all about just getting that result. But I think we can do it. You can definitely do it. Definitely, I reckon.
Look, it's going to come down to who's on form. Again, there's 3 matches in between. We're not going to know who's on form. And there'll be 2 weeks in between with the international break game, which believe it. But it's just one of those, right, where we can go out and make a statement. It's a statement performance if we can go out and win that. It doesn't matter if it's just a dead rubber Champions League game. If you're playing that to secure top spot, you go out and hit them for 2. You're feeling great. You're going into West Ham, who have beat us. Let's be clear, have beat us. And you're saying, look, we've just beat Paris. We can beat West Ham. And look, talking about West Ham, sure, we may as well go straight into it, shouldn't we? West Ham, we're freshly knocked out the Carabao Cup against them. And they deserved it. Don't trick yourself. They deserved it, right? Freshly knocked out. I think the wounds would not have healed from the Carabao disaster, and they're gonna want to go out. They're gonna want to just put it behind them. Go out. We're at home. Go out. Score a couple. Just easy as you like. They're gonna want to make it. But West Ham, we know them. We're banana skin, Luke, aren't they?
Yeah, I'll make an argument here. I think a lot of teams now are going to look at what Palace did and what also what's happened as well, and try and copy that blueprint. You know, pressing Rodri. You know, try and find the ways of obviously stopping the pass. I think West Ham do the exact same thing. Yeah, they're more physical and probably aren't as far, but they've still got players like Jared Bowen who could run really quickly, you know, get down the channels and, you know, maybe find a ball to Antonio to score. Like, I'll give you an example last season when we beat him 2-1. It was a narrow victory, but we got the win. But even after De Bruyne played a great ball to Diaz and scored the goal, Antonio got a goal straight after, you know, from Lingard doing well as well. So we can't take this game as a guaranteed win. Well, no game is guaranteed win at the moment. So I think as long as we just clinical, create chances, get just because obviously against Palace it was today, no creativity. Yeah, obviously Gareth strike what we want. There's no creativity, no passing in the channels. There's no point us even being there, even trying to win the game. Like it's all about just creating chances and getting in there and try and get the goal. Because right now, all matters to me right now, I think to everyone is just get the points and get the win. Because we're going into a tough part of the season now, where especially obviously we're 2 months away from obviously winter hitting, but that's when it gets really serious. So we're in the month now where I think it starts getting really crucial in terms of us getting the points. So I think as long as we can get the wins, even if it's like 2-1 wins every now and again, I really don't care at this point. I think just getting those wins, getting the confidence, that's all that matters right now.
Wins a win. I don't care. It could be 5-0, it could be 1-0, wins a win, right? I like your point there about Rodri. I think he's been fantastic this season again after I was giving him stick. But if there's still, and it was a prime example shown today, right? He doesn't crumble under pressure, but he shits himself, I think is the right term to put. He shits himself in the bog. When someone's pressing him, I think that's something he needs to wove into his game, because he's put so much into his game this season already. The forward passes, being able to progress it like he has been with Spain. We saw that from ages ago, right? But now, just today, from very limited highlights I've seen, we don't have the game over here. He doesn't have the game in England either, right? There's a lot of pressure. He just shits himself every now and again, but I do think he has it about him where he can take that under as well. Now, Fernandinho doesn't crack much under either. I think he'd be a good mentor for him in that sense. Yeah. But I think that with teams like West Ham, they're going to know to press. But like if City want to win, they're going to have to find out a way to press. They're going to have to find out a way to beat a press, because they do. They're going to have to find out a way to beat a press. Find space in behind, in between those fullbacks and centre halves. Get it in there. This is why Sterling could be crucial, right? Because of his runs. Let's say what you want about him. He makes some great runs. You can get it in behind, get it in that little corridor in between the fullback and centre half. You can get it into him. Boom. Next thing you know, he's in on goal. He might score, but he's making the runs, and that's all you can ask him.
In the past, right, obviously when we were very dominant at home, like Sterling and Sane running up the defender, running down to the byline, cross the ball in, goal. We're missing that. It's a lot more just technical skill. I think at this point, just drive at the defence, make them think, and try and and force them into making a decision. Because what we're doing is just dilly-dallying about, letting them compose themselves, and all of a sudden tackle the ball, stop anything happening. We just drive at tell Mahrez or Sterling to drive at their fullbacks, make them think, make them work. Because trust me, at that point you can get a Gundogan or a De Bruyne or anyone running into that box, cross the ball in, tap in, goal. That was one thing that made us so brilliant, so incredible on the Pep during 2017 to 19, during those two brilliant seasons in a row. Yeah, we can also, obviously, still elements of that there, but obviously we've kind of evolved in that. But I think we need to start bringing that back into our game again, because right now, Palace today, for example, no creativity, but we could have really driven it. We could have phoned to drive at their fullback, try and make them work. At least that way, it gives everyone else opportunity to find the space, and that's just what we're lacking right now.
I 100% agree with you. Sterling's best seasons came through from 17 to 19 because he was at that back post when, like, we played the same way. It was always put it down the left and just hoped it to someone at the back post. But it works, you couldn't stop it because of how good those players were, right? That's when Sterling had his best season, when he was there to mop it up, put it into the back of the net. And look, everyone plays best in their preferred system. That's his preferred system. That's how he plays, right? If you go back to that system, right? Fair enough, you don't have Sané, you have Foden. Fair enough, you don't have a striker like Aguero. That will be amended. They're going to buy a striker. It mightn't be Aguero level, they're going to buy a striker, right? If they can go back to that system, and like you said, run at the fucking defence. Stop trying to just slow it down. Like, I like Mahrez, I like Grealish. I really like Grealish, right? They're slowing it down. They're bringing it in. They're cutting it inside. Now, I know Foden's left-footed, which is why I'm saying he can play on that side, right? But Grealish, slowing it down, doing the little body feints, right? It's slow. It's slowing everything down. It allows them to get back. I was listening to the flash score commentary earlier, right, on the City match, and I just kept hearing Grealish dispossessed, Jesus dispossessed, Foden as well, the front three, right? Because they keep interchanging, they keep getting stuck, and it was like Mark Way's made a tackle. Joel Ward, I think it was Joel Ward who's playing. Look.
I think so. It was, yeah. Right,
yeah, but either way, right? It was the other right back. They were just completely slowing them down. They were breaking everything up, and that's because of how lethargic they are. They're not running. They're not running that. And look, that's what you're going to have to do. If you don't bring that back in, if you don't bring that fast-paced, flowing football back in, you're not going to win much, right? Our best chance to win everything was 18, 19, and that was that season. I know what, to this day, right? I still don't understand them not playing Sané in that, but we'll get past that, right? It's the pace, the drive that you need is in the team, right? Bring it back. Bring it back. And look, you know what? Just on that note, Luke, I think we'll wrap it up. Do you have any final things to say before we do?
Yeah, I think obviously I'm going to watch this, but I think to anyone, obviously Pep or anyone, but to the squad itself, we're behind you. The fans are behind you. Look, no matter what we say on Twitter for everything, and our thoughts on players and that, at the end of the day, we're all behind the team. Loss is part of football. Palace today was, it happens. I'm not saying we win every game, it's not possible, but going to this run of games, it's important we just stay behind the team and get and just any win possible, just get the victories and get the momentum going. Because trust me, this team's good enough to win the FA Cup, the Champions League, and Premier League still. Yeah, we haven't got the Carabao. Next year, we'll do it next year. But I'm confident in this team that they can find their form again and get back into winning ways again. Come on, City.
That's the nicest, most wholesome thing we can finish on, right? Just like that. we're wrapping it up. You've heard that there's going to be other videos. There's going to be videos going in there because we'll have the context of the time to do actual videos. So look, at that point, we'll wrap it up. We've hit 500. 1550 by. Luke, give it a tag. Give it a time tag. When do you want 550 by?
In November.
Right, and yeah. So we're recording this. It's just on Halloween. Happy Halloween, right? End of November. We want this.
Yeah.
Right. 550 by the end of November. Like, share, comment. Let us know what you think about the month. Go do it now. See you in a bit.